July 2024 video horoscopes with Milada from AstroLada.com. July is forming up to be a very interesting month, a month of battle between light and darkness, but the light predominates because the month starts with a new moon on Sirius, the most spiritual, powerful star, the brightest star in the sky with energy. The Christed energy is carried there, which with only with good aspects. Then the whole month, Jupiter is passing over the eye of the bull, the luckiest star, according to ancient astrology of Hermes, the star of success and abundance. And Jupiter is the planet of success and abundance. And this happens once in 12 years only. This is the star of Archangel Michael. So we have the energy of the Christ consciousness through the new moon coming to us. It's Sirius is the star of freedom, of being free. That's why a lot of Independence Days happen for different countries around that day. So the energy of freedom and spiritual awakening comes through the new moon, while through Jupiter we have the energy of Archangel Michael coming to who fights the dark forces. Simultaneously with that, Uranus and Mars are coming together, and in the middle of the month they join on the critical degree 25 degrees of Taurus, where projected the star Algol, a demonic star, the most inauspicious star. It has like demonic influence there, and it's star of catastrophes and shocks and beheadings and losing one's head. But that's the only negative influence. Or it can also be positive, because through the star Algol you can cut off unwanted things, like the head of Medusa is cut off. You can cut off unwanted things from your life. But there is the gathering of this dark energy. But Jupiter, Archangel Michael, Sirius, the Christed energy of the ascended masters as well, energy of the teachers of humanity, is there to help us. I'm so excited. Let's dive into the 12 signs to describe it through each of the 12 signs. And before that, I want to introduce you to my new 4-hour tutorial that I've recorded for you already. On the first 12 hours, 1,000 ones were sold. So thank you so much for your trust in me. It speaks about each of the 12 signs and the 5 connected themes in the life of your rising sign, in the life of a person according to their rising sun or moon sign. Do you know that every person, every sign has 5 topics in their lives that are connected? For example, do you know that Aquarius people, especially Aquarius rising, their money and financial success very much depends on their social connections and on their friendships, because the ruler of the second house is also the ruler of the 11th house, second house of money with 11th house of friends or social network. That's why very often Aquarius need to social network and can become abundant through that. Or if their friendships are not good, their money is not going to be good. Or, for example, let's take someone else, Taurus rising. Their second house of finances is connected, is the same ruler as the 5th house. So their financial state can really change after having a children, or if they do something creative that they really love. But there's 5 such topics that are interconnected for each sign. For example, why is Scorpio such a battlesome sign? Because the ruler of Scorpio is also the ruler of the 6th house of battles, disputes, arguments, and enemies. Scorpio is the sign that has the most enemies, because the same planet that rules them rules their 6th house of enemies. But because it's Mars, that planet that rules them, they win over their enemies. But it means they have more enemies. So so I would describe you and how to do remedies if one area of your life is not working, for relationships, for your career. Like, for example, for Capricorn, if their career is not working, which is ruled by Libra, Venus, they should focus on the 5th house, which is also ruled by Venus, to raise the vibration of their Venus, and their career will also start flowing. So they might do some fun stuff, creative stuff, or even after having a child, their career can take off. But anyway, if you're interested to take this course, it's $24, 4 hours, and it becomes 39 after the 15th of July. Now let's start. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, July 2024. By the time I reach your sign, Pisces, I'm in a trance-like state after having talked for hours and hours for the previous signs. And I'm more channeled than I actually logically think about what I'm saying, but I guess this connects with your energy. And this month has a lot of powerful spiritual energy coming to us. And for you in particular, everyone will feel it to some extent, but you in particular, because you Pisces, your main ruling planet is Jupiter. And Jupiter is transiting through the most sacred, through the most auspicious sector of the constellation surrounding us. In ancient texts, they said that the star Aldebaran, the bullseye, is the luckiest, the most successful part of the sky, the most successful star, the one of abundance, one of wealth, of success, is the star of Archangel Michael. You have the protection of Archangel Michael passing over that star the whole month. And you're going to have, like, you see, it's a nine. So the planet Jupiter, it's you, is passing through eye of, of divine luck, success, abundance. You might see through and have downloads and inspirations about something that can make you more successful and more illuminated. And this is the energy of, as well, the energy of winning over one's enemies, winning over the dark side, the Archangel Michael energy. And you're there. And you're Jupiter. Jupiter is there once every 12 years. Jupiter will move past it in August. But then it will come back towards the end of the year, the start of next year. But it will be squared by Saturn by then. So now it's like the last chance opportunity to really expand and grow, to get ideas about abundance, about opportunities around you that will be maybe for the next 12 years can bring you growth, prosperity, success in some way. Is now just the beginning. But I would urge you to take the steps to start it, especially in areas connected to your fourth house where Jupiter is transiting. But for you in particular, and that can be home, family, real estate, can be very blessed, starting a family, becoming a parent, settling down, something to do, help and support from your family, extended family, from your something to do with land and real estate can be very, very positive. But because Jupiter is you, it doesn't need to be just the fourth house thing. So in many other different areas. So it can be a great month to start something that will bring abundance and growth for you. And especially after the new moon, which is on the 5th of July, and it's a very auspicious new moon because you want to use this energy of abundance and growth of Jupiter with the luckiest star, you to start something or to renew something. But when the moon starts growing, because you wanted to see it growing. And this new moon in particular on the 5th of July is in your 5th house, very lucky house, with a very auspicious star, with the brightest star in the sky. You see, it's all about the fixed stars this July. Sirius is aligning with the sun and the moon. Wow. I mean, the moon and the sun are aligning with Sirius. Sirius carries the energy of the Christed energy and Virgin Mary. And it's in ancient times, it was the star referred to as Isis star and Horus. Isis and Horus. This is the most spiritual star, the Christus energy, and the Horus energy is the third eye, basically. All the spiritual teachers of humanity pass Sirius initiation. And it's in your house of spiritual practices, the 5th house. In ancient astrology, that's the house of spiritual practices and house of good karma from past lifetimes. So would it be this divine dispensation of favor towards Pisces, according to their good actions in the past, that opens up new blessings, spiritual upgrade of consciousness, and new beginnings of some sort because of their good karma? Plus, Jupiter is on the other luckiest stars, Sirius and Aldebaran, the two most powerful stars of positive nature, and they're activated for you in very good ways. But the Sirius activation for Pisces happening in the 5th house can be renewal of your joyful life, your vitality as well, or renewal of your spiritual connection to joy of life. Renewal of your creative impulse. In the fifth house is original thought. You can download divinely inspired, spiritually uplifting information or ideas right now that you can start applying after the full moon, when the moon appears. And that will bring abundance. Jupiter is in the area of abundance. Or fifth house can be even divinely presided over romantic development for some of you. Can't say that all Pisces people or rising Pisces will have a spiritual union, a romantic spiritual union made in heaven, but there is very powerful good activation here. And one of the meanings of the fifth house is dating, romantic life, being in love. And that's kind of, if you fall in love, it's showing me that it's not from the dark forces, some romantic entanglement. It's more like from the light forces. And creative projects, we said about it, if you can start some creative projects, children, I mean, anything to do with children can be very good sign, this omen, this new moon with Sirius, that it can go very well. Some new beginning in the life of your child and so on, or maybe a new creative hobby or love, because fifth house is love, something that kindles your heart with passion. It doesn't always have to be romantic partner or children. It can be a hobby, or it's a very weak word for it. It's like a new passion in life that awakens you to life, that is again your higher self, the spiritual energy of Sirius. It's uplifting you through, and it's not going to be something that drags you down to lower passions. It's whatever, some interest or hobby or creative idea, it's uplifting. And while Jupiter is the whole time in your fourth house and bringing this good abundance through the eye of the bull, the royal star Aldebaran, it's trine from your eighth house with the star, with the south node, which south node is about releasing the past and the karma, and it's transit, and so it's happening very easy. If you have to release some trauma, Jupiter is helping the south node in the eighth house of trauma to release it. So, and also Jupiter is healing the house of your childhood and family and ancestry energy, which is the fourth house. So yeah, these two houses are connected to the past, and they're very spiritual, Jupiter and the south node there, and they're very allowing you to be freed. It's liberating in some way, releasing that. And it can be that eighth house is also house of elimination. This is where the elimination system is in the human body, and the south node is the tail of the dragon, where it eliminates. So it's a very natural place for the south node to pass. Plus, so we have the eighth house of elimination system, so where we excrete, the south node where we excrete on a star Vindemiatrix, which is a star of separations or harvest gathering. So you can separate, excrete something that is no longer necessary in your life, that is toxic, that is poisoning your emotions and feelings. So it's almost like a flushing and flushing away painful emotions and healing there, because Jupiter, very healing star, very spiritual, south node, and it's happening in an easy way. All right. And in the middle of the month, around the 14, 15, 16, Uranus will be conjunct with Mars in your third house. It's not making hard aspects to Pisces, but you have to be aware that there's a danger of losing one's head, because they are conjunct on the ecliptic of the star Algol, or the star also known as Medusa, who lost her head, the monster who lost her head. So be careful, and Mars is a very temperamental planet. So be careful not to lose your head over arguments with siblings, or third house can be with teammates, workmates. There might be some more tense situations saying around that time, or when driving or on trips, be a bit more careful those days. It can be more stressful the middle of the month, or in communications, emails, whatever, the information can be very fast. a lot of interactions with others, but it's prone to more explosiveness there on a positive, and so other people explosiveness coming in your daily interactions. So if you want to answer that angry email, maybe take a breath, remind yourself, don't lose your head like Medusa Algol. But there is a good side to it as well, because Medusa Algol, this constellation in Vedic astrology, is known as the knife, kritika, cutting, and Mars is a sharp planet, and you can cut off third house is people in your life who might be of low vibration because of the influence of Algol. You can more this demonic energy. And third house is people in your everyday environment, cutting off. If there is a toxic sibling, cutting off relationship with someone who is harassing you on social media, anyone you communicate with, you can totally just like off with their heads. I mean, not killing them. I mean, like disconnect that. Or third house is what you put in your head. What kind of movies are you watching? What kind of books are you reading? What kind of social media are you watching? Uranus and Mars can be very ruthless. And that's what this star Algol is good for, eliminating things that are not good anymore. So use that energy to exactly clear up your head and from the wrong people and from the unhealthy connections and information that comes in your head. And the month at the end concludes around the 20th, 21st, 22nd. There is a full moon, Pisces, in your 11th house. And it's with Pluto. And full moons are about completion. It's about seeing results. 11th house is your long-term goals and projects. Maybe you start seeing the completion and illuminating some long-term project that you've been doing, seeing it more clearly, starting to see results from it. It's the house of gainfulness. Sometimes it can activate more gainfulness in life. And Jupiter is helping, with the gainfulness, because you're Jupiter on the star of wealth. But also it can indicate that the last 10 days are more busy socially, and friendships, social interactions, activities as well. This is the theme of the 11th house. But Pluto is with the full moon. So there can be a crisis situation. Then Pluto, again, what does it want? It's the energy of the 8th house. Again, very much is Pluto wants to eliminate, and the full moon wants to, if something it can no longer grow, it needs to be released after the full moon, after the 20th. And it might again be connected to your social circle, your social environment, what has reached the culmination and can't grow anymore. It can be eliminated. So again, if there's some power struggles with friends or like-minded people, you see the same theme, like Uranus, Mars is helping you from the 3rd house with that. Pluto full moon in the 11th house is also kind of helping in that direction. But there is this social activities that is important for some of you. It will be eliminating, for others it will be connecting you, because full moons are very bonding as well in connection. So there is a bit of both. Life is multifaceted and varied. So there you go, Pisces. Remember, focus on Jupiter right now. This is you. It is in the eye of the bull, the eye of blessings and success, and you're in that sphere. So may you be blessed, may you benefit from the Sirius new moon and Aldebaran activation.